Hey, welcome to my Pokemon Horizons episode 62 review. And where we left off last episode was pretty devastating as Roy been defeated and criticised by Ryme for failing as a partner. It's really great seeing Liko try and pick him up by speaking quite bluntly, asking if this is where he wants to give up and if they came this off for nothing. Because having that and Fuecoco looking at him gets him back into a groove, ready to challenge her straight away, but Nemona decides to get Roy to try hyper training, which considering we're in Montenegro, where you do that in game, is actually a pretty cute detail. They do a whole bunch of things like running through the snow to build stamina, and even reference that Nemona has no stamina if she somehow gets winded before Dot of all people. They roll snowballs, they dash and avoid and fight up against attacks. It's just nice to get some training like this. It feels like it's been a minute, and helps Fuecoco build up stamina and power in different ways while being connected to Roy as he participates in the training as well. I love that Roy's the first one to reflect that even with all this training it isn't going to be enough to bring Ryme down by itself. And Nemona comments about how singing is repetitive and making saying that, that Ryme could predict and counterattack. It's great getting Nemona, who's more experienced in battle, analysing his performance and just seeing how to vary it up. As we reflect on how Roy said he sings to get stronger, we get backstory on why he sings. His parents were sailors, and whenever he was on their boat, they'd sing and it was something that would connect them. Eventually his parents had to leave on a voyage and left Roy with his grandpa. When he'd sit out in nature and sing, he'd befriend the island's Pokemon, and of course he'd eventually encounter Fuecoco who was singing as well. This is what gives Roy the clue that he needs, and it's definitely a simple conclusion to make that about those connections that singing brings. But Roy knows he needs a bit more time to hyper train with Fuecoco, so Liko and Dot go to prolong the concert. And it's actually quite funny how Liko and Dot don't want to go on stage, but Quaxwell puts them in a position to, having this extra voted Pokemon take the lead, making Liko and Dot targets while Quaxwell dances and Florigato knocks bellies off them. It's a silly little distraction, and just in general seeing a Pokemon represent what their species do is really cool. Like Florigato is doing a trick, Quaxwell is dancing, and of course Fuecoco will be singing as Roy rides for his test. But because this is a rematch, rules of the test are kinda different. Fuecoco has to defeat Toxtricity in a 1v1. Nemona also arrives and reveals that Roy hasn't done any battle training, and to be honest, I love that angle. It's not really about battle ability, but it's nice to see agility and stamina training off. It's about what Roy is missing as a trainer, that Ryme had honed in on and criticised him for last week. Ryme feels like she's taking more of an offensive role here, leading with overdrives and countering Flamethrower just fine, acknowledging Roy's growth. Roy keeps up, calling Fuecoco to use disarming voice as he puts it as they get into a groove. As they take a few more hits and start a new song as they sing together in sync. Nemona explains that the song they had sung together for their training. I always doubt if it worked like the other song. They want to see something different, and watching Roy and Fuecoco, Liko feels it too as they all have fun. And you know what, it is fun watching this battle. Fuecoco builds its own rhythm, helping it dodge Toxtricity, it feels, working up the crowd, and they represent Roy and Fuecoco's bond through flames and gold for two of them. Those two are absolutely connected, it's awesome. Fuecoco actually pushes Toxtricity back and outpaces it big time. Landing a big hit is enough to impress Ryme as she pulls out her Terror Orb and terrestrializes Toxtricity. So Roy responds in the same way and they get back to it. I love that Fuecoco dodges hexes to the song and doesn't feel totally one-sided as Ryme's work the crowd as well. Just having a great time watching this battle, and you actually get a pretty cool move from Toxtricity as it grabs Fuecoco's Terror Crown to immobilize him and launch a hex. However, Fuecoco's Flamethrower is strong enough to end the battle here, giving Roy the win. And yeah, Roy spells out the meaning of the song here. The song's not a tool for battle, it's what connects him and Fuecoco. They may not be able to understand each other's language really, but they can share the feelings as they sing. Any strength they get through song is their united feelings. Ryme tells them that they demonstrated the strength of their song before passing them in their test, and tells them again that Fuecoco has immense potential, and it's up to Roy to bring it out of him, and Roy passed the test. Also, Crucial is in the crowd and walks off. What an amazing episode. I'm a complete sucker for coming at this with an angle that Roy is missing something rather than being Fuecoco's not strong enough or something like that. Of course there is training that contributes to their success here as Fuecoco spins on Toxtricity, but having Roy remember why he sings and what a real power of singing is the beating heart of the episode. Like connecting it to his parents and having him use the bond with others, and then leading to his greatest bond of all with Fuecoco was cute. And in a way, Roy needed to be kept humble. He knew he was getting strength from singing, but was misunderstanding where the power came from. That's why Ryme criticised him for being a failure of a partner. Does he get strength from his song? Yeah, but that's because Fuecoco is a part of it and they're connecting, giving them that power. I think it's also something that Roy knew subconsciously. Think about when he got separated in episode 60. We ended up reconnecting them, they started singing at the same time. They heard each other's voices and reunited because of it. As part of what makes this three-parter so satisfying, it's been all about Roy and Fuecoco's bond, and it's really reinforced by them my favourite part of Pokemon Horizons. In general, the battle was a lot of fun too. I think it's fair to acknowledge that Roy got a lot of leeway here as he was allowed to retake under modified rules. But how Fuecoco's darting about with this fiddle music, it feels a lot more fun and high energy. They're not panicking in retaliation to Ryme, and the crowd chanting along just made it all the more infectious. Nemona's role in guiding Roy is really nice too. She's not a be-all end-all solution, but training him up a little bit, identifying a weakness last episode and bringing it up here, telling him why Ryme was able to beat it and how he can address it by letting him come up with his own way of doing it. Feels like it provides him some guidance from a more skilled trainer, but doesn't rob him of the development of thinking about his own answer, and part of that solution comes from the question that Ryme had asked Roy about what singing meant. Just all ties together so nicely, and I appreciate the most help and presence to show interest in Roy's growth. So what a good little set of episodes that told a great little story about Roy and Fuecoco as they overcome adversity. I actually think that this could be my favourite battle in Horizon so far, but maybe rewatching Dosayono would quash that. Of course there are definitely things I'd change about Rematch, like Killer Watchful being a wrongful one, but we definitely got some great growth out of Roy and as a trainer, high energy fun battle, and a character that got harsh reality check, being able to surpass who they were, and got pretty greatly rewarded. I think there's even more potential for Fuecoco teasing here as well, as again, Ryme had told Roy about it. It's up to him to draw out Fuecoco's full potential. As to why it didn't happen here, I just think Ryme really got Roy equipped to become the trainer that Fuecoco needs. Excellent episode.